Where can you see Broadway's brightest live? Rye spends Thursday nights drunk in a dive. They're friends with Rye, and he's a Broadway guy. He's your Broadway and entertainment BFF. It's Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway. He's a bundle of joy and happiness. He loves being here for you. He's a theater nerd who will share a word with a Broadway star or two. Our guests will have you on the floor like Orfeh, Benanti, and many more. Rye Myers, the gay Ryan Seacrest, your Broadway and entertainment BFF. It's Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway.
Hi friends, welcome back to another week of Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway. How are you?
Woo!
Thank you. So that song that you just heard is my incredible theme song, sung by the incredible Alyssa Ray from the American Idol Top 20. It was composed by the incredible composer Jeffrey Schmelkin and written by Jay Brancato. How's everyone's week been? Good. Well, thanks for joining. Again, thanks for tuning in for those at home. This is Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway. Yes, Yes, it is. And I'm Rye Myers, your Broadway Entertainment BFF. Welcome. I just wanted to thank everyone that came out this week to my one-year anniversary show at the Triad Theater, Live with Rye and Friends on Broadway, the only Broadway talk show in all of NYC, celebrated 1 year this last month. Well, now it's last month because we're in October, September 26th. Well, technically September 23rd, but September 26th, so last Monday, we did my 1 year anniversary show. So thank you to those at home who watched online and tuned in, to those who came out in person. It was a wonderful night. It was last Monday. I'm so thankful. And while we're on that, I just wanted to make a big announcement that the show that was on October 17th has been rescheduled to Sunday, December 11th at 8 p.m. So that's this new second show of the drawn out celebration. So it's no longer Monday, October 17th. It's now December 11th at 8 p.m. So for those who have already bought tickets online, no need to do anything. Just make sure you're available on December 11th. They'll transfer right over. And thanks again. So for those of you who come every week, you may see I'm a little more dressed down this week than usual. That's because, as you can see, I was just at the closing for Come From Away. We lost another show this week, Come From Away, the Broadway musical, which ran for over 5 years at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater, beating records as the longest running show at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater closed today. And I was just at the closing performance, which was very exciting. And being the Come From Away fan, I am seeing the show over 10 times. I have the Come From Away shirt, I have my hoodie, so I'm all Come From Away now, and that's really big as well. So that's where I was this week. And some exciting news, Top Dog Underdog just started performances this past week. I got a chance to see that, so if you haven't, go see that. There's so many new things opening. One Schubert Alley, everyone's favorite theater shop in Schubert Alley, closes today, unfortunately. However, it was announced that it will reopen, but it's going to be reopening under new owners. Araka Merchandising, which is one of the top 2 merchandisers for Broadway shows. So there's Creative Goods, and then there's Araka Merchandise. They do, their big client is Wicked, Beetlejuice. They're going to be taking it over in a partnership with the Schuberts. And so it's going to have Broadway-themed merchandise from all of the Araka shows, and we're still going to get a merchandise store.
The only place is the Broadway Makers Marketplace.
What'd you say?
But the only place is the Broadway Makers
Marketplace, yes. But for those who do shop there, it's not closed forever. So make sure you check that out if you love Broadway merch. And of course, here at the Broadway Makers Marketplace, for one-of-a-kind fan-made things that you can't find anywhere else, that you also can't find at the new Schubert shop. So, and with that, help me welcome my very special guest for today's show. I'm so excited to have her. I've been dying to have her, and I'm so glad we made it work. Help me welcome the incredible Adelina Mitchell. Hello. Hello. What is it on? See, there we go. Turn it on. Got it.
Hello,
dear.
Hi.
Adelina, how are you?
I'm so excited to be here.
Well, excited to have you, and your incredible accompanist. We have Delano.
Delano.
It's just so much fun. How are you?
I'm incredible.
Well,
I love being here.
Well, I am so excited to have you. I was so excited to just hear about you and your career, and when it was thrown my way to have you on, I could not think of a better person, and I'm so happy that we've made this work.
Yeah, me too.
So, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about how you got started performing. Did you grow up performing? Was it something that you've always had in your blood? Was there performance in your family? Tell us about your experience in the performing arts world.
Yeah, so I've always grown up loving music thanks to my dad. He introduced me to like the greatest musicians of all time, but theater was never in my blood at all. Nobody in my family has ever been in theater. How I got into theater is my freshman year of high school. I auditioned for a pop a cappella group because at the time that was like the cool thing. Like it was what is that movie? Pitch Perfect.
Oh, Pitch Perfect.
Yes,
Yes,
that was like the peak of like pop a cappella like coolness. And I didn't make it my freshman year, but they were like, you should do Thespians, which is like the high school theater group. So that's how I started. And then my senior year, I did Les Mis, and I never looked back.
Wow. Well, and what was your part in Les Mis?
Ebony.
Oh my God, how amazing. So you played Ebony in Les Mis, and recently you were just in the music production of Legally Blonde.
I was.
And the Music Man prior to that. But first, let's talk about the Muni.
Yeah.
You were in the production of Legally Blonde, which
Yes.
I have to say, finally a production of Legally Blonde that reflects, I feel, the current industry. It was such a beautifully diverse show.
Yeah.
We had our friend Fergie Philippe.
Oh,
Edit. Oh,
yes.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So what was the experience like to be in Legally Blonde out in the Muni?
It was incredible. I felt like I won the golden ticket when I got the offer because at the time it was like trending on TikTok and everybody was trying to find out like who was in the ensemble and who was doing Legally Blonde at the Muni, and for the longest time I couldn't tell anybody. So I was like, it's me. But it was incredible. It's a very fast process. It's a very fast process. We can talk more about the Music Man later, but I had just left another contract. That was about 4 weeks of rehearsal. In the Muni, you have a week from your first day is your tech run, top to bottom. So you have 7 days, no days off, to block the entire show from top to bottom, and then you show it to all the wonderful designers they have there, and the next day you're on the stage. So the entire contract is 3 weeks. So it goes by so quickly, but let me tell you, the Muni has their stuff together.
That's what I've heard.
They do.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing over there. So.
That is, and the Muni, do you know what it stands for?
No.
I don't either. Is it the
Something municipal unit.
Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it's a big, it's huge, and every summer all of the productions look forward to. I mean, they did that Mary Poppins, so that was incredible, and that experience was so fun for you. You'll do it again and dance.
I would do it again and again and again and again. I really would. It's definitely a marathon.
I'm sure, and to tackle a show like Legally Blonde, I mean,
Yeah.
that show in itself is a marathon.
But the people that they have are just phenomenal. Like Kyla Stone as Elwoods.
Oh yes.
You just learned so much from her and like what she brought to Elwoods. It was just incredible. And then Fergie as Emmett, watching the two of them together, and just the principals in general, they were just all so incredible. But the ensemble, like the dancers were dancers. They were incredible. I just loved every single moment of it. I really did.
And what do you think you learned from that, from them that you took away that will stick with you as a performer going forward?
Honestly, I learned that it was such a short run that really the important thing was for that show was just to have fun, because the things won't go our way. We had a week of rehearsal. Like there will be problems that we can't control, like historic flooding in St. Louis. But there's so many things we can't control in this business, but what we can control is like how we treat ourselves. And that was the first time that I was like, you know what, I have no idea what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna have fun. And it really was just the best time.
Oh, Oh, it looked like it, and from the photos that I saw, the Moonies always posting on their Instagram,
Yeah, they're great.
it looked like so much fun. It was very hot out there compared to New York. We had a heat wave here, so.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and though one thing I was thankful for, and some people might be like, oh my god, F you, is I wasn't in the jump rope number.
Oh, that's good.
At all.
Yes.
Whipped into shape. That was the one where I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit back and relax. Because they were rehearsing for hours in 106-degree heat. And that entire song, they were jump roping. The entire song. And there's a part where it freezes. Professor Callahan freezes.
Yes.
And he has, it's like maybe a minute of dialogue in between. And that was played by Sean Allen Krill, who's incredible.
We love him.
But the ensemble had to freeze in planks in 106-degree heat.
My God.
But they did so beautifully. So
Give a round of applause for that ensemble.
yeah, they're incredible. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And you had just left the music band to do that, and the music band production you were in was very special because you said it was half deaf cast, you said?
Yeah.
And that was really special. Where was that and how did that come about?
So that production of the music band was at Only Theater Center
In Maryland, right?
in Maryland, which is the same production who did Beauty and the Beast starring my friend Jay Jones, who also did the world premiere of 8016, which is hopefully coming to Broadway. But yeah, so that was at Only
You know everyone. I love it. You know everyone. I love it.
It's a small world.
It is.
But yeah, that was the only, and it was not only a half of the cast was deaf and hard of hearing, the creative team was too. So it was co-directed by Michael Barron and Sandra Mae Frank. And Sandra Mae Frank starred as Wendella in the Spring Awakening revival here on Broadway. It was her first time directing, and she was incredible. My co-star was Joey Caverly, starring, he's in Only Murders in the Building on Hulu.
Wow.
He's a star. But he was our Harold Hill, and I played Marion. And that was just the most rewarding experience I've ever had in my life. I've learned so much.
That is incredible. What was probably the number one thing you learned from working with such a beautiful show like that in that environment?
That's an easy answer. ASL.
Yes.
Because the woman who played my mom, Mrs. Peru, and the actor who played my little brother, Chris Tester, they were deaf. So every relationship that Marion had, Harold Hill, Winthrop, and Mrs. Peru, were all deaf actors. And Sandra Mae wanted our interactions to be as authentic to the real world as possible. So there was no shadow acting. There was nobody voicing me when I was just using ASL, and there was nobody voicing them. They had closed captioning.
Yeah.
So it was a very different but special production, and I really hope more theaters get inspired to do things just like that, because it really was incredible.
I hope so. That does sound incredible.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Only Theater is leading the way. I mean, the Beauty and the Beast that they did there was incredible too, because they had, I know the Beast was also, I forget the term, but he had two artificial legs, I believe, as well. And so that was when we talk about inclusivity and everything, and Belle was incredible, and it was just wonderful to see them go out of the box as they should, like you would normally see. So I was happy to see that. That's exciting. And what are you currently right now? Is there something that you can talk that we're working on?
Yeah, I'm about to start rehearsals for Into the Woods at Signature Theater in DC.
Amazing.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but they're gonna announce it soon. So
Okay, wonderful. Are you allowed to say what part?
yeah, I'm a stepsister.
Oh, amazing. Steps into the woods, we love it.
Stepsister and covering the baker's wife. So I'm very excited to listen to Sarah Bareilles in the new recording.
Oh, it's so good. It is
Incredible.
so good.
Yeah.
That is really amazing. Wow, so exciting. And I have to just say, let's wish Adelina a happy birthday. Today is her birthday officially. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. Those at home sending a birthday love. Thank you also for doing this on your birthday. I just want you all to hear Adelina, how incredible she is. So you've prepared a special song, a special cut of a song from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
Tell us the song and why you selected it.
Yeah, I will be doing a little Frankenstein cut of Skid Row.
Amazing.
I thought, well, it's officially October. It seems like a very October show.
Yes.
But also, this was the first professional show I ever did. So,
Love that.
yeah, and I feel like I've come a long way since then. So I was like, let's just do a little cut of Skid Row.
Well, wait till you all hear this cut of Skid Row. You are going to be beyond impressed. So when you are ready, my love, here's your mic. Go on and take it away, folks. You are going to be blown away.
Turn it on.
Let's make sure it is on. Hey, this is Skid Row with Lee Delano on the
Lee Delano. Give a round of applause for Lee and Adelina.
Alarm goes off at 7, and you start uptown. You put in your 8 hours for the powers that have always been. Till it's 5 p.m. Then you go downtown where the folks are broke. You go downtown where your life's a joke. You go downtown where you buy your tote. And you go home to Skid Row. Downtown, that's your home address. You live downtown where your life's a mess. You live downtown where depression, stress, status quo. Home to Skid Row. Someone show me a way to get out of here, 'cause I constantly pray I'll get out of here. Please won't somebody say I'll get out? Someone give me my shot or I'll run. Show me how and I will. I'll get out of here. I'll start climbing uphill and get out of here. Someone tell me there's still a way out of here. Someone tell Lady Luck that I'm stuck here. Gee, it sure will be swell to get out of here. Bid the God a farewell to get out of here. I moved heaven and hell to get out of here. I don't know what to get out of here. But believe me, I gotta get Skid Row.
Adelina Mitchell. Okay, keep that round of applause going. Keep it going. Keep it going. And for Lee, okay, I'm making the announcement now. Our next Audrey, everyone, is going to be the incredible Adelina Mitchell. I don't care. I'm making that announcement. It's happening. I'm making it happen. Oh my God. How did you come up with such an arrangement?
Honestly, there's this whole TikTok trend going around right now
Yeah.
where we're slowing down songs. I think
Oh.
the one I heard that's like been going viral is "The Winner Takes It All," and there's that slow.
Oh my God.
I don't want to talk. And I was like, that's so brilliant because of the lyrics. And I know for Skid Row, the lyrics are just so relatable. And if you just slow it down, it just like takes a completely different meaning. Yeah.
I mean, I am shook. I've been, as I said to you, I've been listening. You sent me a little recording earlier this week. You said, showed me how it sounded, and I mean, blown away. Now, you have so much ahead of you, and I cannot wait to see what comes. But we would love to know, what advice would you give to those who are, currently actively, auditioning, and you're big also on social media. I also noticed to your website you have such a presence. You're on the creation side of things. You're out there and present. What advice would you give to those who are currently auditioning, that who are struggling or are trying to find their place? Because I always love to hear this from people. So what would you say to them?
Yeah, 3 things come to mind. The first thing is never stop learning. Never stop taking classes. Never stop that, because the greatest actors, I think I've heard this from Viola Davis, she's constantly learning from other people, and you just can't, there's nothing that replaces your inspiration when you go to a class and you meet somebody new, and that's a different story, which is my second piece of advice, is to root the people who are next to you on. I think like we definitely feel like this is a competitive industry, and in a sense it is, but at the same time, like people remember kindness, people remember warmness in a room, especially when nobody's looking. That's my biggest piece of advice, just be kind. Be kind, yes. Keep learning, and just be yourself, because somebody will catch on and somebody will appreciate it. Yeah.
And your kindness is so unparalleled. And I just want to say to our audience here, I actually have, so today is sponsored by Super Awesome Friends, which is an awesome Broadway marketing firm. I have some prizes for those in the audience. So I have an opening night prom tumbler from the prom. Here you are. And I have the cast recording of SpongeBob the Musical as well. Here you are. And to the birthday girl, here is something as well. This is for the girl from the North Country, I believe. So listen, this is Live with Rye Friends on Broadway. We give it all here. You've got to come on out in person and get some of these awesome gifts. I'm so thankful to Super Awesome Friends for sponsoring today's event. You get things that you never can get anywhere else. So if you have ever had the ability to star on Broadway, which I know is coming, and I hope it comes sooner than later, what would you say your dream role would be?
Okay, honestly, my dream role is to originate a role.
I love it.
I just want to originate a role so badly, just because, you know, it's just like a staple. Like, you get to put yourself in a role, you get to create something, and to be able to do that, I just respect all the people who have. But honestly, right now, I'm still a Hamilton girl at heart. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda so much. So.
Have you been into audition for the show?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Okay,
that's soon.
Well,
I will.
Okay, you need. I interned for a bit for the casting office that doesn't need to submit your stuff because they need to see you, because this is. I mean, that's a sim ranking thing. They've not called you in to even audition. I mean. I would have like said, yeah, I've been in for time, because they need to hear you. I don't care if I just drop it from the rooftop like they do. You know, you drop all the, if I drop some CDs of your covers on the rooftop. I mean, you need to get in for Hamilton. That's incredible. I can see you in Hamilton. I can see you in so many shows. But I love when people say about the originating, because I do think there's something so special about originating a role. Yeah. You know, for sure. And is there an artist that you hope to work with at some point? It's one of your favorites.
Lin-Manuel.
Yes.
He's the first person that I feel like when I saw In the Heights, I was like, oh my God, because I'm from the Bronx. And I was like, oh my God, this reminds me of like my blog. This really does remind me, and it's on stage. Like, oh, we could do this. So yeah. Hey.
Wow. That's amazing. I love it. So you grew up, so you're a New York native then?
Yeah. I grew up in the Bronx, but I moved a lot as a kid. My 9th grade year was my 9th school. I lived all over. I lived in Tallahassee, Florida for 10 years until I came to DC for college. So, yeah, but my heart has always been here, and I can't wait to move back.
That's amazing. Where are you presently?
I'm a DC local.
You're a DC local, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, DC's beautiful.
Great theater scene.
Yes, great theater.
And that's one thing I also wanted to say. Broadway's amazing, right? Amazing things. But regional theaters, like Only Theater Center, Signature Theater, they're doing amazing work.
Oh, yes.
So if you could take the trip, take the trip.
Yes.
You'll see world premieres are there. Lee was just working on Once Upon a More Time. That was there.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's so many things that's
a lot of exciting things coming with that. That appears to be Broadway.
It's so good.
Wow. Well, Signature Theater is so much good things. So, oh wow. Well, this is not the end for you, my dear Adelina. Listen. Keep up with Adelina. For those watching at home, your website is scrolling is on the screen. But for those who are here, just say it out loud and your handles as well. We have it on the screen there for those at home, but for those here, say your website.
So it's www.adelinamitchell.com, ADELINA, and Mitchell with 2 L's, and that's also my Instagram handle at Adelina Mitchell.
I love that. I love that. Folks, keep up with Adelina. Do not sleep on her. And I will be replaying your performance over and over again probably for the rest of my life. I love this is why I do a show like this, is because obviously I love I love having everyone on it who's sound talented, but I love when there's somebody that just has it and just does something so beautiful like that, takes a song that we know and love, but turns it into their own and just, you know, it's there's no words, so hard to describe because it just, you know, you are there. I have no words because you are so talented, and so it makes me that much more excited for the future of this industry. And I hope to get to see Into the Woods.
Come to DC.
Yes, I will, and thank you. And again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Before we close out, any final thoughts, anything that I didn't touch on, anything you want to say or promote, or?
I just want to say thank you. This was fun. What a great, fun birthday.
Oh, thank you for spending it with me. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. And we'll see you again next week here with Live with Rye Friends on Broadway, the only Broadway talk show in all of New York City. Join me next week for my special guest, Cara DiPietro. It's going to be wonderful. And listen, the Broadway Makers Marketplace, which is where I am here, we're celebrating its big one-year anniversary on October 30th. More information will be announced soon, but listen, 1 year of this awesome Broadway Makers Marketplace being here, you need to come here in person and check it out. The Broadway Makers Marketplace at the Turnstyle Underground Market at Columbus Circle. If you are in New York, you've traveled here probably hundreds of times in the Turnstyle Underground Market. You love Broadway, what are you waiting for? Come here, see over 40 plus vendors of handmade Broadway, one-of-a-kind items that you can't find anywhere else. And if you can't come to New York, Broadway Makers Marketplace, BroadwayMakersMarketplace.store to learn more, to buy stuff that you can see here. If you are, listen, I hate to say it, but the holidays are around the corner. If you are looking for, ornaments, if you're looking for Broadway themed items, and again, you can't get to New York, Broadway Makers Marketplace, you're supporting artists, you're supporting creatives, you're supporting local and small businesses and small independent artists. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great week, and thank you, my dear Adelina and Philly.